Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. You ever notice how more and more men just aren't dating anymore? Yeah, they've checked out. They're not chasing women, they're not going on dates, they're not swiping right, they're just done. And everybody's acting confused like, what happened to all the good men? Let me know your thoughts and don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get started.
If a man can't spend $75 or $100 on a first date, he just shouldn't be dating.
Oh, ladies, if you ever want to know what the soft guy era and the drizzle movement is all about, it's videos just like this. Because, you see, while you may not like hearing this, we men are done with this level of narcissism that most of you have these days. This belief that we're supposed to spend tons of money on you on the first date because, well, you're worth it. Well, we don't know whether you're worth it or not. And really, you're telling us flat out by having this expectation that pretty much you aren't worth it. It's all about the money for you. When you make this the priority, when the amount of money that he chooses to spend on you on a first date, when you're contributing nothing else to it other than your presence, if that's what's most valuable to you, what you are telling him and every other man out there is, it's all about the money, baby. It's not about whether you want to find out if he's a good guy or you two are compatible or any of that stuff. Oh no. Show me the cash, baby. And if that's the way you are on the very first date, if that's your expectation, it's going to be that way through any possible relationship. The relationship will never be about love. It'll never be about caring or being a partner. It'll be about nothing less than how much money you can extract out of them. And men are seeing that, and they are done with it. So you keep having that expectation, ladies. That is your right. But don't be getting upset, and don't be crying later on going, where are all the good men at?
The one thing that men are always going to have issues with when it comes to women is promiscuity. You could do everything else, but if you fucking cheat on me, that's the biggest betrayal. Yeah. Because you only have one job. Don't be a fucking... It's the only job I have to have. You disagree with that?
I'm not going to start this again.
Hold on. No. Okay, how about this? What's your body count?
None of your business. What's your body count?
Thank you. Why don't you want to tell me your body count?
Because it's none of your business.
But why is it none of my business?
Because I already begun to understand what
Use your
kind of
critical thinking skills. Peel the layer back. Why is it none of my business?
It's none of your business because you're just going to use that to judge me.
Perfect. Why am I going to judge you?
Damn.
Ooh.
Because of what you just explained to her.
Let me answer it for you. Because your body count directly ties to your value as a female. The more sexual partners you have, the lower your value, the less ability for you to garner a higher status man. The more partners I have, it doesn't affect me whatsoever. No one gives a fuck about my body count. I can have 1,000 on my wedding night. No one cares. You got 1,000 on your wedding night, you're going to get a divorce.
Yep.
So I find it interesting how you'll sit there and say, oh, it's the same. And then she also disagrees like, oh yeah, no, body count doesn't matter. Being promiscuous doesn't matter. Then I ask you and you don't want to say it. But you know, biologically speaking, your chances of finding a man go down the higher your body count.
I see a lot of good men struggle with relationships and finding good women. Usually it's because they gave up on dating, because people took them for granted, and now they don't believe it's possible. But I'm here to tell you that it is absolutely possible. You just have to change your mindset about it. I can help you with that.
If women knew how hard it was for men to even get the slightest bit of respect from women nowadays, they would actually be shocked. Because it's not for no reason that men have given up on dating. It's not for no reason that men no longer try to deal with women. It's because they have tried so many times, and instead of just being rejected nowadays, they have to deal with being made fun of. They have to deal with women putting them down. They have to deal with the most ridiculous, disrespectful things ever. And because respect is such a crucial element for men, they would rather, instead of being disrespected again, just go and get themselves a dog.
I have to say I feel sorry for some of you men out there in the dating world because it is 2025. I'm a 38-year-old female, and these women out here even confuse me. Some women out here putting Jesus in their bio, but then you go look at their stuff and it's nothing but thirst traps, lustful, seductive content. I mean, the modern day woman calls serving your husband oppression, but yet will have no problem going out and serving a male boss and cry that that's empowerment. And real feminine energy is not sexual marketing like the modern day woman might tell you. Y'all are getting seduction and femininity like completely confused. And I've said it before, but a lot of women have this long laundry list of unrealistic criteria that they want in a man, but yet they bring nothing to the table. And we don't talk about that. We tell the women, no, you are a queen, you will be treated as such, but we're not teaching women how to be wives these days. And I would go out on a limb and say that most of the women out in the modern day dating culture do not actually have standards, they have entitlement. And accountability, a woman's kryptonite. Some of you ladies are going to die alone, still blaming men for the choices that you made.
Men aren't the problem. Women's lack of accountability is, and that's why men are checking out of dating and nobody wants to say it. Women love to complain about men, how men don't want to commit, don't want to date, don't want to put in effort, don't want to do this and that, but rarely do women stop to ask what role they play in the problem. And trust me, girl, I used to be the same way until I realized what was really going on. The truth is, men are tired of being told they're never enough. They're tired of being called toxic for being masculine, tired of being shamed for wanting to lead, and tired of being treated like they're disposable. Why would a man want to date when he's constantly told he's the problem? When every mistake is weaponized against him and every effort is met with criticism or indifference. Add in the fact that so many women are competing with men instead of complimenting them, and it's no wonder men are choosing peace over partnership. Men want to feel respected, needed, and appreciated. When they don't get that, they check out, and honestly, I can't blame them. If you want a man who actually wants to show up for you, maybe start by showing him some respect. Otherwise, don't be surprised when he chooses himself over a relationship.
No fucking wonder there's a male loneliness epidemic. You fuckers don't know how to date. This guy asked me, he was like, do you want to hang out on Thursday? And I was like, yeah, let's do it. So Thursday rolls around. I'm waiting all day for him to text me when we're hanging out, what we're doing, where we're going. And he never does. The day passes. It's Friday now. Friday afternoon, actually. And he texts me. He's like, so when can I see you? You could have saw me last night. But I didn't say that. Instead, I said, oh, I'm off of work at 5:30 tomorrow. Let's do something then. And he's like, all right, bet. Sounds good. So tomorrow comes around. Tomorrow is today. I get off of work at 5:30 and I check my phone. No texts. Right, we're supposed to be hanging out, but I have got no confirmation. Don't know where we're going. Don't know what we're doing. Don't know what time. So I text him. I'm like, hey, what are we doing? And he goes, I'm bad at choosing. I don't know. You pick. Bro, do not piss me off like that. Do not piss me off. Luckily, I am full of ideas. So I spew a couple. I'm like, do you want to make slime like it's 2016? Or do you want to go to this haunted house? Please, I really want to go to this haunted house really bad. I love Halloween. And he's like, oh, that haunted house looks fun. And I'm like, right? I love haunted houses. But he says, but usually haunted houses aren't that scary. Okay. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? Are we going or not? So I was like, okay, well, if you want to do something different, like, pick a plan. Make a fucking plan, baby girl. So then he asks me, do you have Netflix? Yeah, I do have Netflix. Why? What's your grand idea? And he goes, how about we watch the scariest movie on Netflix? By the way, I can't drive tonight. Oh, so you want me to drive 40 minutes across the city to your house with my car, my gas money, to Netflix and chill on the first date? First, with my Netflix account, mind you. I think the fuck not. No. And I was rooting for this one. I was really rooting for this guy. He was so cute. He seemed so nice. He thought I was funny. But oh my fucking god, bro. Where's your fucking spine? Sorry, 3 strikes, you're out.
Now don't get it twisted. Not all women are the problem. But the culture around dating? Yeah, it's broken. Social media turned relationships into status symbols. Dating apps turned people into options. And modern society keeps telling men that they're either toxic for leading or weak for caring. So men are stuck. Why play a game where the rules keep changing and the referee's against you? So what are men doing instead? They're investing in self-improvement. They're learning skills, building businesses, hitting the gym, traveling solo, and most importantly, keeping their peace. Because when the world tells you you're not enough, the best revenge is to prove it wrong silently. Men are realizing they don't need to constantly prove their worth to someone who doesn't see it.
So I have a question for men who are adamant on taking gals on first dates to a coffee shop. So I'm curious, do you also want, or would you appreciate a gal on a first date to wear a gorgeous dress? Or would you say you are more of a casual guy? So, right, like you wouldn't imagine a gal that is going to wear a dress on a first date. So you have to know going on this coffee date is not going to be sexy. It's not going to be glamorous. It's not going to be big sparks. In my head, this is what I'm imagining. And I think people that if you do coffee dates, that's awesome. Good for you. But I also would love to ask you if you're like, oh, I'm not out here just going to wine and dine these money hungry gals trying to get free dinners, blah, blah, blah. To take a different perspective, have you ever thought of this is how I want, if this girl is going to be my girl at the end of the day, we hit it off and this is great. This is how you're showing up for her. This is a representation of you, not so much of a what is she trying to gain from me, more so of you trying to show her the kind of a man you are. Just trying to highlight a different perspective to see if that gets you to open up to the type of date you would want to go on. With me saying this, does that change your thought process on a first date? Are you now more open to going on something more than just a coffee date or a walking date, heaven forbid, because you want to see your gal dressed up. You want to see her looking her best. Unless you're like, hey, I'm a really casual guy. I'm just kind of like a graphic tee, jeans, and sneakers type of guy at all times. As well as thinking of it as more of a reflection of you and less of like what she's trying to gain from you. Because I don't know many girls that are like, oh, I really just wanted a free Caesar salad. Oh, I really just was hoping to get that free $10 sandwich. I don't know. It just seems kind of a stretch, but let me know your thoughts. I'm really curious to see if it opens your mind up to another way of dating.
Everyone does it. Now you can do it too. Shut the fuck up. Shut your mouth. Shut up. Shut the hole in your face. Like that. You can do it. Shh. Shut up. And shut the fuck up.
How does a woman take care of a man?
What do you mean?
How should a woman take care of a man?
She shouldn't have to.
At all?
No.
Then why should a man date a woman?
What kind of question is that?
Like, what value would you provide to a man?
What? That's a crazy question.
What do you mean?
You shouldn't have to provide some value to a man.
Then what's the point of the relationship?
What value do they provide to us?
Protecting you, providing for you.
This is exactly why so many men are just done with dating. Because I have said this before and I will say it again. A man is taught his entire life how to treat a woman. But a woman is taught her entire life how to be treated by a man, not how to treat a man. Ladies, if you want the benefits of a man, you need to put forth some amount of effort. It doesn't even need to be as much effort as him. It just needs to be something, because that is what indicates to a man that you're actually interested in him. And honestly, when one person is carrying all of the load of the relationship, well, how is that fun?
So I made a TikTok the other day about the single life being the best life. And can I just say, wow, the negative comments that I got on that post. There was a lot of positive ones, don't get me wrong, but a lot of the negative ones were from men. It seems like we've got a lot of men that don't like women that are happily single by themselves, living a normal, happy, healthy single life. I don't need a man to make me happy. I can do that all by myself, and so can every other woman on this planet. Don't get me wrong, there was a lot of guys that also shared in the positivity, but all of the negative comments that I got were from men. Don't you think that if people spent a lot more time by themselves rediscovering who they are, especially after coming out of a really lengthy relationship, that we'd have a lot more healthy relationships on the horizon? So yes, I do love being single, and I don't plan on meeting anyone anytime soon. But when I actually do, I'm going to be healthy, ready, and hopefully I'm going to have a really happy, healthy relationship.
In the wild anymore. This guy, very kindly, I could see him staring at me, and I'm like, oh, here we go. He just goes, I really like your dress. And that was it. And then he left me alone. And if he had kept going with the conversation, would I have talked to him? Yeah, because that was normal.
Okay, so on one hand, I do understand where this woman is coming from, because when somebody comes up to you and gives you a compliment and then doesn't say anything else, it's pretty hard to build a conversation off of that. But at the same time, I do think that if you're a woman who wants more men to approach you, you have to get better at sending signs that you're actually interested. This woman was saying in the comments that when the guy came up to her and complimented her, she just said thank you and that was all. I know that if she was into women, I'm bi, and I came up to her and complimented her dress and she didn't say anything else besides thank you, I would take that as a sign that I'm giving her a compliment, she's receptive to the compliment, but she's not actually interested in talking to me further, and I'd be on my merry way.
A man's only job on this earth is to provide for you. And if he's not doing that, a feminine woman would never be interested in him, because she would not feel safe around him. Every man can be a provider. He doesn't need to be a millionaire for that. Every man can have the goal to make a woman's life easier, and every man can go out there and work hard and help his woman to pay her bills. Masculine men will only recognize you if you give them space so that they are able to provide for you. Most women try to do everything themselves, so they don't allow men to help them because they are not used to receiving from men. But this is the real feminine energy, to lean back and to attract things into your life that make your life easier.
Oh my God! Wow! You know that trend that's going around where it's like, unfortunately, I do love. Mine is, unfortunately, I do love men. Like, I'm sorry. In the last, 12 hours, I've literally had my ex thing, I don't even know what to call it, my ex situation of, half a year, ring me whilst he's outside another girl's house. That's a whole different story. I then have also had the guy that I am now also interested in telling me that he can't see me today, and I'm like, no, that doesn't work for me. I want to see you, so you're going to see me. But he said no. Brilliant. And then a guy that I've never even met up with yet, who I've spoken to a couple of times over the last couple of years, is like, I'm coming over today. And I'm like, no, that's not on my terms. So unfortunately, I do hate men, but unfortunately, I also hate myself, because this has to be on my terms, baby. And none of this is on my terms. I hate it! I hate it! I hate men! I hate it! I hate men! I can't do this anymore.
Stop it. Get some help.
Next time you think of getting with an ugly guy because you think a attractive guy is going to treat you bad because obviously his ego is going to be all the way up here because he knows he's attractive, just go for the attractive guy next time. They all cheat. They all cheat. Even the ugliest ones. I made the mistake 2 years ago of getting in a relationship with the most ugliest guy possible. If you followed me, you know what he looks like. And I don't have to speak furthermore. I let this man cheat on me, lie to me. He invited his ex over, let her sleep in his bed. There's 2 different cheating occasions, and I took him back both times. And then when I finally moved on about a year ago, he made me break up with my new boyfriend because he decided he wanted me back. Gaslit me into breaking up with my current boyfriend. He also kept me on FaceTime every single second of the day. That is not normal. I'm sorry. If your boyfriend is making you call him and stay on call every single second of the day, get out of that relationship now. I thought it was normal. He always said, it's because I care about you. It's because I want to talk to you. And I honestly felt like, oh, he actually wants to talk to me. I didn't want to talk to him. I'm sorry. I need my space. I don't even like talking to people more than 30 minutes. What makes you think I want to be talking to you nonstop for 24 hours?
So yeah, men have stopped dating. Not because they hate women, not because they're bitter, but because they finally value themselves enough to walk away from chaos. If dating ever becomes about respect, teamwork, and real connection again, maybe things will change. But until then, men are choosing peace over problems. And honestly, I don't blame them. Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.